Welcome back everybody, my name is Marvel SHS and today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be explaining a very popular theory for Avengers 4. But more than explaining the theory itself, I'm going to be explaining the consequences of the theory if it turns out to be true. And this theory involves time travel, and if you know me well, you would know that time travel paradoxes are my jam. Speaking of time travel paradoxes, I'm going to leave in the description below my video explaining all the timelines in The Flash, and also in the card in the top right corner, so you can check it out there. So this theory for Avengers 4 basically talks about how in that scene in Avengers Infinity War, also spoilers for Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and possible spoilers for Avengers 4, so you've been warned. So, in that one scene in Avengers Infinity War, when Doctor Strange gives up the Time Stone, you can see in the image that I'm showing you that the Time Stone is glowing. So, if the stone is glowing, that means it's being used. So, in what way is it being used? So, the theory says that Doctor Strange sent the Time Stone into the one future where the Avengers win. And in some way that I don't know how to explain, after the snap, it's going to appear in Tony Stark's hands. I'm not really sure about that, but let's roll with it. So, assuming the Time Stone appears in Tony Stark's hands, he and Nebula will go back to Earth to the remaining Avengers, and with the help of Bruce, Shuri, and maybe even Bill Foster from Ant-Man and the Wasp, they're going to science the hell out of the Time Stone to reverse engineer it so they can use the technology they just created to go back in time and destroy all the Infinity Stones. So, that's basically the theory that most people are talking about, but now I am going to elaborate on the consequences of destroying the Infinity Stones depending on the time period they're in. So, the first Infinity Stone that appeared in all of the movies was the Space Stone, also known as the Tesseract. So, it appeared in Captain America, the First Avenger, and we see in that movie that it teleports Red Skull into outer space. Later we know that he became the Stonekeeper for the Soul Stone in Vormir. But we know that until Infinity War. So until the time of Captain America, the First Avenger, he was just teleported into outer space. We don't know where. But if they go back in time and destroy the Tesseract, then Red Skull wouldn't become the Stonekeeper of the Soul Stone in Vormir, and somebody else at some point in time would find the map to the Soul Stone, most likely Gamora, and assuming she goes to Vormir, she would become the Stonekeeper and not Red Skull, but that's kind of far-fetched. And if the Tesseract was destroyed in World War II, then Thanos wouldn't have the need to retrieve the Tesseract in the Avengers. Then he wouldn't send Loki to retrieve the Tesseract, then the Avengers wouldn't assemble in the first place. So, I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think that the Avengers are going back to the Battle of New York, where there's both the Tesseract and Loki's Scepter, which in Age of Ultron, it's revealed that it has the Mind Stone, which is later embedded in Vision's forehead. But if the Avengers destroy the Space Stone, then Loki failed his mission, which was given by Thanos. And if they destroy the Mind Stone, then a lot of things don't happen. Hydra would have never gotten the scepter and experiment on people and create Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Ultron wouldn't even exist because Tony and Bruce used the Mind Stone to create him. So he wouldn't exist at all, and then Sokovia would be fine and it would have never been destroyed in the first place, and it would have never floated in the sky and then boom. Next off we have the Power Stone. So the Power Stone is in that one rainy planet in Guardians of the Galaxy before Star-Lord steals it and takes it to Xandar. So Thanos sends Ronan and Nebula to get the Power Stone. So if the Avengers destroy the Power Stone a little early, the Guardians of the Galaxy would have never been created. So I don't think they're gonna go with that. If they destroy it before Ronan gets his hands on the Power Stone, or even after the almost destruction of Xandar, then the Guardians of the Galaxy are created, but Ronan doesn't get the Power Stone and destroys Xandar. But he also fails Thanos. So next off we have the Reality Stone, which is also known as the Ether. So if the Ether is destroyed during the events of Thor the Dark World, then Malekith never gets it and never tries to destroy the whole universe during the Convergence, and then the Asgardians would never get the Reality Stone and give it to the Collector, and then the Collector would never die at the hands of Thanos. So next we have the Soul Stone. So the Soul Stone is very complicated because first the Avengers would have to go to Vormir. So Nebula knows that the Soul Stone is in Vormir. So probably the Avengers, or some Avengers, I don't know if all of them, would have to go to Vormir, but the stone isn't just lying around there. So the stone is summoned when somebody sacrifices someone they love. So I don't know who could that be. Probably Captain America, but I don't want Captain America to die, but it most likely will be him. Cap will throw himself into the abyss, but who knows? I don't really want him to die, but he most likely will die. And if he doesn't die here, he will most likely die later on. But I don't really want him to die, but he will most likely die. So I have to accept it. We have to accept the truth, people. Okay, so they get the stone and they destroy it. I don't know how, but they will destroy it. And finally, we have the Time Stone, which, according to the theory, Tony has it, or the Avengers in general have it. So, I think they will destroy this one the way they destroyed all the other stones. And I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm almost at 100 subscribers, so please, if you could do me that one favor and be my 100 subscriber, I would thank you so very much. So yeah, thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!